Conor, I guess we'll start here then, Tony, and fight. Congratulations on last week. We haven't spoken to you since. How are you feeling 1 week on?
Yeah, no, listen, I'm buzzing, mate, but it's a priority for me to get back in the ring lively, drop back down to 147 and pursue the dreams of winning the world title.
Can I ask you about Ryan Garcia? Nothing's announced, but he says he's fighting Barras. I know how long he's wanted that fight. Is that Ryan Garcia Barras fight official, and do you still want him next?
Yeah, listen, I'll fight the winner. The green and gold belt is a belt I've always wanted. It's been hanging up in my gym, my dad's belt. For me, that belt is the one that I want, and no doubt it's the belt I'm going to strive to get.
If they do fight next then, who would you fight instead?
It depends on whether I hold out or whether I challenge the likes of Rollies or, you know, the winner of tonight, Haney versus Norman. The world's most, I'll fight any man, that's a given.
Conor, what about Lewis Cocker in the room as well? Obviously he's got the IBF.
Yeah, I mean, listen, not really interested. It's bigger fish to fry, in my opinion. Although he's the IBF, you know, he's not really a name that's on my radar. For me, about a £10 rehydrate, just not really. I'd rather win the WBC. For me, that's my main goal, or a big American name, and maybe come over here and headline in Vegas and fight the likes of Rollies, Garcias, Barrios. I believe we do a good show in Vegas.
You just mentioned Haney and Norman. Who do you think wins tonight?
I think Haney's in a very hard fight. I think if he's not confident, which by his last performance he's shown as a confident fighter, he'll be banging trouble. If he's got his confidence back, I believe it can go, it can nick out points.
And Garcia and Barrios, obviously, you just mentioned there, it seems like it's done. Who do you see winning that fight?
It's a bit of a hard one. I've heard it's done, I've heard it's not done. Ultimately, I'll be willing to step in if it's not done, and I'll be able to get myself down in weight as soon as April.
Conor, what's your honest thoughts on Devin Haney? We always see yourself go back and forth. Like, I guess what can you honestly say about him now?
Listen, he's just not my cup of tea. He's just not someone I'm overly keen on. I can't even say as a man because he's just not my cup of tea. No.
For yourself, Conor, you haven't fought 147 for almost over 3 years. Is there any concerns, I guess, getting back down to that weight for yourself?
It was more of a concern me jumping up to 160. That was more of a concern than me getting back down to 147. You have science, I have a nutritionist, I have a chef, I have a performance coach. You have the technology today, so we can safely say I'll be able to make 147 without, this ain't going to be pleasant, or without causing my body any harm. You say dangerous. I'm getting the ring and get punched in the head for a living. That's dangerous. You know, ultimately it'll be my job to make sure that I do it safely. I do everything professionally. I don't cut no corners, and I make sure whatever I do properly. I'll make sure I do it properly. And if the science says I can get my weight down, well then I'll get my weight down.
How you doing, mate? Yeah, not too bad. I spoke to Brian on Monday. I said to him, would you like to fight in London, potentially with Conor Benn if you beat Devin Haney? He said 100% that's a fight he wants next. Is that something you would definitely want after you beat him tonight?
Yeah, of course, listen, I want a big American name. I want to get the world title of one of the Americans. I feel like that's something that my dad done. It's something that I definitely want to do. Whether we headline in Vegas, for me to go over there and bring the world title home for me, that'd be a dream.
And I didn't hear your analysis of tonight's fight. How do you see the fight going with him and Devin Haney?
Depends on how Haney comes out, if he's confident or not confident. Based on his last performance, he's shown he's a confident fighter. I feel like he'd be banging trouble if he's not. Norman's a big puncher, based on his last fight with Jin Sasaki. It's a very dangerous fight for Haney. A lot of people are saying Haney. I'm back with Norman.
Conor, obviously your dad had a lot of success over in America. I mean, how would it be to you to win that WBC over in America like your dad did as well, even though he won it in Italy and handed it over there?
My eyesight is heavily set on the WBC world title. Now, if Barrios and Garcia are fighting, I'd be willing to hold out, I believe, if we can come to some sort of an agreement that I fight a winner. The WBC for me is a dream. Just that it's a pinnacle. Yes, you have the IBF, yes, you have the WBA and WBO. The WBC is the belt for me. That's something that I've had my eyesight set for me to achieve that. I would happily retire after winning the WBC World title.
And what does your dad say about your win on Saturday? Obviously, he had a few words at senior in the post-fight presser, but what has your dad said to you about your fight win?
Yeah, no, my dad's happy, man. Like, he looks at me in the morning and goes, son, I love you, mate, I love you, mate. I'll be like, I'll forever have that over you, Dad. And you'll forever have the WBC belt over me, so until I get that, it's even at the minute.
What did you make of your dad's comments about Eubank Sr?
You don't like him. Yeah. That's it. If I was to put a mic in your face and say to you, what do you think of this geezer? If you're true to yourself, you would openly say, yeah, I don't like him. My dad's just saying he don't like him. That's it, and I always say, you ain't got to like everybody.
Yeah. What do you make of
Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, what do you make of that one, man?
That's wild. That is wild. Like, I mean, I rate Jake Paul. As in, he's a grafter, he works hard, he ain't got to do it, he's taking on the hero of British boxing. He's the guy who's done it all, a massive puncher. You got to take your hat off to him, man.
What do you make of his chain? Because you've got a chain on. Did you see his chain that Anthony Joshua wants?
Yeah, it's pretty special. I rate it. I rate Jake Paul. Everything about him, his marking, the fact that he puts the work in, the fact that, you know, he wants to face these challenges. You got to take your hat off to him, and I think he's doing great.
Would you fight Jake?
I'd fight Jake. Listen, bro, he is the money man, isn't he? Everyone's getting paid off of Jake. You know, so you gotta just, like I said, take your hat off to him. Is it in would I do that at this stage of my career? Probably not. But then again, money talks to it.
What about Chris Eubank Jr? I know it's been a week now, but what do you think he should do next? Do you think he should retire?
I can't say. It's not for me to say. I think Chris is a great fighter. He gave me 2 great fights, but ultimately, he's now at the stage of his career where he should look at retirement. Let's see what fights they can pull out for him on maybe 168 and see where he goes from there. I wasn't shocked at the Chris that turned up. The fact is I changed the antics completely. You know, I didn't take the fight to him. The first fight I took the fight to him, I left myself open. I was vulnerable in my tactics. I was aggressive so he could counter me easy. This time round it was down to me to make him use his feet. Make him use his reactions and his timing, which I knew couldn't compete with mine. I'm the younger, fresher fighter. So for me, it was a matter of what I'd done in it. I could have made the first fight that way. But ultimately, I learned from the first fight, and it was a matter of using my feet, my feints, my jab to set everything up. I'm too fast, I'm too explosive, I'm too sharp, I'm too young. You know, a lot of people say I call out boxing. Body shots, first round damaged him, second round damaged him, body, speed and feints just broke him down.
Were you surprised at how he was post-fight towards you in terms of giving you the credit that you deserve?
Yeah, but mine's fucked as well.
I mean,
seconds out, round 1.
I haven't really thought about it. I mean, whether he respects me or not, I still beat him.
Conor, I'm sure you've seen clips online after your fight. People like Dave Allen, you know, saying that look, the sort of Eubank that you fought was washed up, and this isn't Conor Benn that's going to be winning world titles. There's been a few people say that. What do you make of that sort of response?
I don't know. I think Dave Allen should focus on his career because he looked like Eubank in his last fight. He was the Eubank, you know. So I don't feel like there's really much he can say. Ultimately, I beat what was in front of me relatively easy, you know. But at least I wasn't the Eubank, you know. He was the Eubank.
Last couple, please. Do you think your next fight will be at Tottenham Stadium again? And if you ever get the chance to fight at Wembley, who do you think that could be against?
Listen, I just want to give the public the fights they want. So whoever the public want, I'll happily fight. Put some names in a hat, pull one out, and see what happens.
What's your time frame?
I want to be out lively. But if it is the winner of Barrios Garcia, I'll happily wait.
What about you and Shakur? I see you going back and forth on Twitter as well.
I'm missing Shakur. I said, listen, if you're really about it, let's do it next. Like, I don't just do the social media thing for bands. I said, we can do that next, and we can do it in April. And he said, cool, let me get Tio out of the way, we'll do it in April. So you may be seeing me and Shakur next.
What do you think about his fight against Tio?
I think it's a hard fight. I think Tio's a great fighter. I think he's a great fighter. I think it'll be a close fight. It's a 50-50 fight.
Conor, you love some Twitter beef, don't you? You love...